How are we doing? It's Justin here, North Arts Bushcrafter, tuning in for another video. And it's a little bit of a video with a difference because like this time last week or just over, I'd lost my camp, or found my camp destroyed, and decided not to sort of rebuild that after finding out it was a dickhead of an estate worker with his own issues and that, and I've decided I'm not having anything more to do with that camp. So I've been out and about during the week. I've been exploring some great woods around my local area, ones that I'd sort of forgotten about and that. But I kind of felt like I needed a bit of an overnight camp. And about 5 miles away from me is this place, which is a farm owned as a cafe on site. They own the pub just across the road. They do a lot for like rural care and in the community. And up on a farm at Church Farm, you can camp out. They have set aside fields where you can camp. They've got log cabins throughout the area as well on the estate. But I've actually known the owners, Tim, Adrian, the two brothers, for quite some time, about 15 years. I've been coming up here on a bike. I've camped out here loads. I've brought loads of people up. Me and my dad have camped here loads. Me and my kid have been up here as well. Absolutely fantastic place. I know them really well, and they allow me to camp out here, which is right on the back of the farm. And it's in a wood that they sort of, well, it's the beginnings of a replanted wood, a little set aside called Squitmore End. They replanted it about 12 years ago, and it's gradually building up. So they allow me to come up here. Fantastic. Wanted to get back out. Felt like I wanted to reconnect with the land and get myself out for a proper overnighter, because like the last overnighter camp that I had was about 7-8 weeks ago, and that was when I was up at camp and the fire break wall caught fire. If you've watched that video, you know what I mean. So yeah, I've come up here. I brought the Snug Pack Bergen out with me, proper full-on load. That thing was heavy with everything that I brought out. So this is my little setup for tonight. Polish lavvu, half lavvu. And I'm spaced between these two trees, and just on the edge of this little copse here, I found this bough. Okay, this old little bit of a tree that was down on the ground, completely dead. So I brought it along and I've wedged it between these two trees. Look at that, absolutely not going anywhere. So with the lavvu, I've pegged it out. It's a nice wide spacing, not too high, and I've looped off the top and got paracord around the top. So it's a suspended setup. I've got no poles, nothing in there. Absolutely brilliant. On the ground, I've got a ground sheet and then a woolen blanket, and then lovely. So sheepskin wrapped around an old bit of carpet for a pillow. So I've come up in a van, and I've parked up on the farm, so I'm not too far away. One of the lovely overnighter. So a sheepskin rug for a pillow. At the moment, what are we on now? So it's about 9:20 in the evening. Just checked out on the phone. It's been a glorious day. It's been about 22, 23 degrees. About 12 o'clock at night, it's around 11 to 12 degrees. 6 o'clock in the morning, the lowest temperature is going to be about 6 degrees. So my options tonight, with my overnight pajamas, camping out gear, I'll get changed out of this. I'll have a long sleeve merino base layer on, and I'll have my Rab hiking tights and that, so like close fitting tights which have got that roubaix material in. So if I'm feeling quite nice, all I'm going to use is the British Army Gore-Tex bivvy bag, which we all know. If I start to feel so that's a bit smoky, must have put a little bit of green wood on there. If I start to feel a little bit chillier, what I'm actually just going to do is I'm going to use this, which is my Van Gogh Latitude 400 sleeping bag. Probably a little bit overkill for this time of year. It's a 4-season bag. The suggested usage range on this is minus 11 to 15 degrees. So probably a bit of an overkill. Could probably, at the moment, if it's only going to be like 12 degrees at night down to 6 degrees at 6 o'clock in the morning, probably 2 season, maybe a 3 season bag. But I brought this one out. It's not the smallest bag in the world, but it will do me. Even if I just have it unzipped most of the way and I'm just in it. Great insulation on there, really, really good. So that's what I'm going to use in the evening tonight. Got my water storage up there. That's really good. Fire, I'm between the trees, you know, the young trees, so they're not that big. I'm keeping the fire quite small. Hopefully, smoke's probably blowing right across the camera now, but hey ho. So yeah, there's some bricks around here where other people have camped before, so I've got that as a little bit of a backstop fire break, although there is absolutely no breeze whatsoever. And I've just been burning some logs that I brought up, which is some hornbeam and some ash, which I add, so a bit of a funny combination. And I've just been keeping it on a slow burn all evening. Dinner tonight, I used the, where is it? I've got it up in the tree out the way. I used my cast iron frying pan for the first time after I'd seasoned it. Absolutely cracking little bit of kit. Never really used them before, maybe indoors around a couple of friends' houses. I seasoned it, I got it broken in, and it's the first time I used it on a fire tonight. A little bit of a learning curve. Man, does heat get in these pans. I've got a skillet as well to use. I'll probably had the fire just a little bit too hot, and cooked my food in no time. I had a fancy man's corned beef hash, essentially, a bacon brunch that I get from Sainsbury's. I've shown you in other videos, so it comes in a long life storage pouch, and that's basically sliced potatoes with red onion and some bacon bits. And then I added portobello mushrooms and spam to it as well. That's smoking a bit, it's probably going right across the camera. But this, absolutely fantastic. Added the spam to it, cube spam, bloody lovely that was. So I'm just popping the pan and that up in the tree, just so it's out of the way because of the smell of the food and that is on it. Just because I noticed as I was coming into this little bit of a wood, there's a badger set down the other end, just on the outskirts of the field, and they've got a few runs that come across the end, so no doubt they'll be snuffling and grubbing about tonight. So any food related products I've just got stored up out of the way. Fire's going lovely, got myself some beers, just needed to get back out after my whole camp fiasco the other week. Just wanted to get out, reconnect to the land, get out, spend the night under the stars and that, and I couldn't have asked for a better weekend. I just want to say everyone that's got in touch in my last couple of videos with like the second to last video, which was the me announcing the destruction of my camp, all your comments, getting in touch, has really meant a lot to me. I really appreciate that. Thank you very much. I really have been touched by what all of you guys have said. And then my 200 sub giveaway to Jim Timber, he was well touched with that, and everybody else was like, well done mate, you've done really well. It's not about the numbers, it's just about building a sense of community amongst ourselves and that. And I've been really blown away by that. Actually, it's gone bonkers over the last week. I'm up to about 265 now. It's gone mental. But I'm going to crack on with my beer. I wish you all the best over the weekend, and I hope you're all out and about. We'll catch up soon. Lovely. Lovely. Cheers. Catch you later. Bye-bye.